Hey there guys, this is Ascenic bringing you some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm action. This game is going to be a Terran versus Protoss, and in the top left hand corner we do have our red Terran. It is Lux, and down in the bottom right hand side we have our blue Protoss player. It is Sirius. So this is going to be a Terran versus Protoss on Akilon Wastes, which is a new map for those of you who don't know, haven't seen it much before. It is new for Heart of the Swarm, and I quite like it. It's a pretty interesting map. It's alright. You've got your natural down here, down a ramp. Some rocks to break down to your third, with these new collapsible rocks which we do see in Heart of the Swarm, so that you can break down and try and make your third base a bit safer. Not great for Zerg, as they probably want to expand here to their third a bit quicker before they take down those rocks, but for Terran and Protoss this is quite a nice safe-ish expansion, a bit like in Tomb Valley, but with the ability to break down some collapsible rocks, which I do like. Lux this is another replay from Lux's replay pack. If you haven't seen my last game I casted from him, he's a Grandmaster Terran, so these are all Grandmaster games in Heart of the Swarm, which is good standard. It's good to see. We do see some very standard play coming out from Lux. His barracks on 12. He's got no gas yet, so looking like a 1 Rex fast expand. And we do see Sirius going for a Nexus first, which is a very greedy build. A lot of Terrans would look to punish this with an early gas, maybe an early Banshee. We do see a lot of, in slightly cheesy games, we see some proxy 2 racks or other things. I really do remember that proxy 2 racks from MVP in that GSL final against Squirrel. It wasn't against a Nexus first, but it was against a 1 gate expand. So I do, if Sirius does get away with this, he isn't punished too badly, then he really will be in quite a bit of a lead economy-wise. He's just fighting it with his gate and his gas and very standard stuff. But it does look like Lux isn't really going to be looking to punish that. He is just going to follow through with his 1 max fast expand with no gas, which is what we see as a very standard Terran versus Protoss move really. And then double gas, which is a bit less standard. We do see a lot of the time we see double racks after expand and then double gas. So we could be seeing something interesting here from Lux with some earlier gases, maybe quicker upgrades. Might even be trying mech, which is going to be fun considering the new units that we Terran players do have from the factory. In Heart of the Swarm. Widow Mines especially can be great fun against Protoss, especially with their ability to take out observers, especially if those observers are leading the army, which they kind of want to do to keep an eye on where those Widow Mines are. So this could be some intriguing play from Lux. We'll have to wait and see though. He might just be going bio with a bit quicker gas, but no, it is going to be a factory straight away. So could see some Banshees as well, which would be nice. Love to see those Widow Mines. They are pretty nice. We do see a very early forge from Sirius, very early forge in fact, and he is going to get a cannon up to try and be quite a bit safe from this early Nexus play. He knows how vulnerable that can be to early Terran aggression. So this cannon is going to help him out greatly defend that. The mothership core as well though does really help that, especially with Terran overcharge, which really can make your Nexus a lot safer. It does in fact have that ability which really does shut down a lot of early game aggression from Terrans. 1-on-1s becoming a lot less popular in Heart of the Swarm. I've tried a few 1-on-1s myself and it just is very difficult with that Terran overcharge. It's got such a long range, and it really does do quite a lot of damage over the long run. This is the second gate for Sirius, so he's definitely realised how greedy he's been, and he wants to be as safe as possible really. The starport is going down, and we do see reacted Widow Mines coming down from Lux, so this is some intriguing play. He's walling off it as natural, being very safe. Excuse me. I do like this reacted Widow Mines though. It makes you quite safe from early mothership core harass, which we do see sometimes, poking around the outside, coming and trying to get some workers, especially when you're low on Marines, which Lux will be with this early Widowmine, early factory. In fact, he only has 4 Marines out, and they're all in this bunker. So he is using these Widowmines to be really his mainstay of defence. And we do see a 3rd command centre go down. So I wouldn't surprise. Well, it would surprise me to see him go mech, but the way he's panning out at the minute, that looks like it'll be the way he goes. Really useful to have those 6 gases up for mech, which is really what you need to do anything. Especially you see that in TVZ and TVT. You don't see it in TVP anywhere near as much, so this could be an interesting new style from Lux. The Twilight Council is going down for Sirius, so maybe we're looking for some Blink Stalker play. He has got quite a few zealots for that. Maybe he's just looking to get his upgrades going quickly. He is possibly also going for his Zealot Charge, which is another ability. Here's the Zealot Charge that comes up, so he is looking to close that gap to, I'm guessing, what he assumes will be the bio as quickly as possible. He does not see that factory, he does not see the gases, so he really should probably be expecting the standard bio play, Marine Marauder, Medevac, some Hellbats maybe in Heart of the Swarm. But this is going to be a Widowmine drop from Lux, which I really like. If you've seen any of Day 9 stuff, he does show some QXC games where this Widowmine drop is really highly effective. No reaction from Sirius yet. This could be really devastating. Oh man, a lot of probes. Oh wow, that is a lot of probes, and he does get out of there. That is 18 workers gone down. No reaction from Sirius. That really is a big deal. That's demolished his economic lead that he had from his Nexus First, and with a 3rd or command centre coming down from Lux, that is really going to give him a big econ advantage. That is wow, just a crazy econ advantage. Sirius does have the army supply right now, supply advantage, and I would kind of like to see him use that. I'd like to see him push out, especially knowing that he's just lost that many probes as econ's down. But he does seem to be just focusing on economy, trying to resaturate these mineral patches. He has got some Stalkers sitting there to try and cover for any future drop. These Widowmines do look like they might just be going home. They might be just going to scout for a 3rd base as well. There is the Blue Flame coming down, so we're going to see a lot of Hellions, or 6 at a time at the minute, which is it's a lot of Hellions coming out, a lot of Hellbats possibly, especially with that army coming down. We do see +1 vehicle plating and +1 vehicle weapons, so that's very handy for this mech play. And the tanks are coming out. Infernal Preigniter on its way, Siege Mode already on its way as well. So there's going to be some very interesting mech play. I have seen Dragon do some of this, maybe not mech play, but doing very heavy siege tank at least against Protoss in Heart of the Swarm, which has been working quite well for him. It really is particularly strong with Zealot mix. It also does pretty well against Colossus as well, considering the range advantage that tanks have in there. And we do see the Templar Archives going down for Sirius, going to be doing some Zealot Archon play most probably, or just generally some play. Another Widowmine drop coming in here, not burrowing. Still no reaction from Sirius, which is really bad. Oh man, that is another big load of workers, and these Widowmines get out again. So another 20 workers gone down. This is some crazy Widowmine harass from Lux, but Sirius not responding anywhere near quickly enough at all to deal with that, and this worker deficit is going to be absolutely massive. He is down 20 workers, and he's also down on army supply as well. Yeah, he's only got 27 units out army-wise, and with his collapsible rock down to try and secure this 3rd, this is going to be a very bad position for Sirius. Lux with those crazy Widowmine drops doing a lot of damage. I really do like seeing that play. It's pretty strong. We do see what am I looking for? I'm looking for some gateways. Oh, we do have 6 gateways, another 7 gateways now on the way up, so that's a lot to reinforce with, especially going Templar, High Templar. We do see Storm coming out, which is, they're going to have to be brilliant Storms. Storms in mech I kind of like. They do some damage, but with units that have as much health as siege tanks, as much health as Hellions, and the mobility of Hellions to get out of the storms, this could could not be as effective as it would be against Marine Marauder. But if with a high tank count, it really can do a lot of damage. And we do see Thors coming out as well, so sometimes we do see some quite cheeky Thor drops coming in early game in TVP, but this is going to be mass Thor behind the mass Hellbat and Siege tank. So that's could be very, very strong. And with a triple command center coming down from Lux, he really is looking to go late game, maybe looking to sacrifice SCVs once he manages to secure another base or two. But the Observer does see what's coming, and Sirius has started Immortal production, which is probably the best shout. Immortal and Colossus are probably his two best options right now, but he's already teched into Templar, which does make that a difficult transition. He has got his third base up and running, taking no gases, but he has got cannons down, kind of all over the place, trying to defend from Widowmine drops and Banshees. This Widowmine drop is coming back in again, seeing if it can do some more ridiculous damage, but with cannons everywhere he might struggle. The main is protected by cannons, but not really in the best position, so he could sneak in here and maybe do a bit more damage to the economy of Sirius, which really would be bad. With these Stalkers here, the medevac does get focused down. It does manage to drop all 4 mines though. 2 get taken out before they go, but with that detection, that was Widowmines were a lot less effective than they were. Only got a few kills, but we do see another Robo coming for Sirius, looking to really pump out those Immortals to counteract this mech force that we do see. I am liking the way this mech is panned out for Lux. He does have a very big advantage coming from those early Widowmine drops, which is going to make it a lot easier than it might otherwise be. Archon's another good choice against a meching player, and we do see a lot of SCVs coming with this. That's probably that is for repair, but it's also probably partly not minding losing them with so many orbital commands he's got coming. This is morphing into a planetary, knowing that knowing that he is vulnerable to due to his lack of mobility. These Zealots really aren't going to be doing much damage with so many Hellbats about, and these tanks as well. It's really going to come down to the Immortals and the Archons. This is a nice little bait of the Storm there from Lux. He is maxed out, so can afford to push into this. He is baiting Storms, and those Zealots go down so fast. Good Storms on these Hellbats. Very good Storms indeed. A lot of them go down. I'm really liking this play from Sirius, but I think there's just far too many units. A lot of the Hellbats go down, but this many Thors really is a big struggle for a Protoss player. The Archon goes down, and even the Immortals aren't going to be able to hold off this many Thors. I just can't imagine. They are doing a good job. They are getting focused down though. This one's still dealing a lot of damage, but the supply just kind of tells the story. Looks with a lot more supply. This fourth base is not saturated at all for Sirius. Zealots come in, which is going to be a lot more effective now that those Hellbats have been taken out, but still not really effective against the Thor. We do see many more Thors coming. We see Ghosts starting to come down for Lux as well, which can do really counter those Archons and counter those High Templar. But this fourth probably will go down for Sirius. I can't see him holding it. He doesn't even seem to be attempting to hold it, and this Widowmine sitting outside his base could be quite bad as well. Could cause a lot of damage to reinforcements. More Zealots walked in, which might just about finish off these Thors. Lovely micro there from Lux, saving that tank and that Thor. There's nothing that shoots up, and this Immortal will go down. This is a lot of damage coming from Lux. He's got so many orbital commands as well. He is in fact up to 4 orbital commands at the minute. He's got another planetary forge as well, and another command center on the way. These Immortals finally taking out that Thor, but that did a lot of damage for Lux as he's got his 4 bases up and he's just denied Sirius's 4th. Not the most cost-efficient trade, I don't think, but he does still have a big lead in units lost. He does have a big lead in his supply count. He has killed so many workers. Those 10 workers that he brought went down, but he's killed 43 of those Widowmine drops, which is just a ridiculous number of units to take out. He's probably looking to re-expand, really trying to get back in the game, and we do see the nukes coming down for Lux. I love this play. Nukes are some of my favourite things in StarCraft 2. They really do force a lot of positional changes. They do force engagements to not take, to delay engagements, and can really do a lot of damage to mineral lines, just like those Widowmine drops. So I do like him going for nukes here from Lux. That's pretty cool play. So he is just going to sit back and macro and try and max out again with his Hellbats as well. A lot of Hellbats again that did really get taken up by that Storm earlier, which was very effective for those Templar, but it just was not good enough against the Thor and the tank. So those Thors just came through and did a lot of damage, and we do see Sirius trying to take his 5th. Lux has already got his 5th. The 4th of Sirius isn't even up yet. He's trying to double expand to claw his way back into this game and going a Mortal Templar, which isn't a very common unit composition we see. He really wants to get those in early, the Storms to take out the Hellbats, and then he can warp in a lot of Zealots with any banked up minerals he has to deal with the tanks and the Thors afterwards. The Immortals will be good for that as well, but the Hellbats just so good against Zealots early on in the fight before you manage to take out the Hellbats. Those Zealots are going to be pretty useless, and a lot of Ghosts. There are 15 Ghosts with this army from Lux, so the EMPs and the Snipes will be pretty deadly. He's going to push across to the just finishing 5th of Sirius. Looks like he might push into the 4th as well. And with 3 starports coming up, he is looking to go Sky Terran, I can only imagine. I'd love it if we could see battlecruisers. Just Ghost battlecruiser Hellbat would be a pretty amazing competition to watch. This 5th is going to go down pretty much uncontested. The Protoss really doesn't have a big enough army to deal with this. He's got 20 more workers now, but he spent so much building them after losing so many. His army supply is quite heavily down. That 5th does go down, and Lux is looking to take up a good position to engage this army. And we do see the fusion core coming down. Level 2 armour and weapons for the ships, and there's level 2 armour weapons for the mech already. And Sirius is looking to take an engagement. These Ghosts with so many MPs, meaning that those High Templars have nothing. They're having to morph into Archons to be useful in any way, and taking on all those shields on the Immortals as well. This is just a massively one-sided fight. More High Templars coming in. Can they get off the money Storms? That is some good Storms on the Hellbats, but Lux is just going to continue to push straight up this front. More good Storms, stacking a little bit, but these Immortals doing a lot of damage from behind, recharging their shields slightly, but these tanks are going to have to be the main damage dealers of this force. A lot of medevacs, which is interesting in a mech mixture, trying to keep these Hellbats alive, but these tanks do push in, do start damaging these Immortals quite badly. A big warping of Zealots, which is what I like to see, trying to get in on the mech now that the Hellbats are gone. But we do see 3-3 for Lux as well. A lot of Hellions coming in, a lot of Ghosts as well, but these Immortals finally going to go down, I think. Another warping of Zealots, I assume. Yeah, another warping of Zealots going to push this back. The Ghost does go down, and Sirius does hold that off very well, and has gained some ground with the supply deficit, which I do like. He's done very well at holding these pushes off. The High Templar, the Immortal, really definitely what he needed there. The Archons as well, doing a lot of damage and tanking very well. And we do see 6 orbital commands down for Lux now. He's got the 2 planetaries up as well, so he's really going to be raking it in. He's really going to have a lot of action going on for mules, and he's got like enough scans to not really be worried about anything. We do see this 5th coming down again from Sirius in this top right, hoping he can hold it this time. He has saturated his 4th. So that 5th is going to be a very important step. If Lux can continue to deny that 5th, that's when real problems are going to be coming in from Sirius. But with this 3-3 air coming in from Lux, and the battlecruisers on the way, this could be a text which Sirius just is not ready for. He's shooting up wise, he's only really got the Archons. The High Templar can feed back, but that's going to cause a lot of damage and mean that their Storms won't be able to be used, which means those Hellbats could do a lot of damage to these Zealots. Sirius is pushing forward, trying to take out this 5th, but here comes the main army from Lux. Mainly Hellbats here, a couple of tanks and quite a few Ghosts. The siege up of those tanks is going to force Sirius away. That scan does see them retreating, and Lux knows he's in a good defensive position there with not too much to worry about. There are already 3 battle cruisers on the field, and there's another 3 coming, and with nukes, which we haven't seen any go down yet. There is a nuke ready to be used as well. These Marines doing a good job of holding this Watchtower Marines, which Lux really isn't using very much. He doesn't really want these Marines. He's nailed his close to the mast with with his mech play, which I'm really liking in TVP. I'd like to see how it did without so much damage coming in from those Widowmine drops, because that was some slow reaction from Sirius, but a lovely bit of persistent play from Lux. And there is a lot of medevacs in this mixture, which I'm not sure I like. It's very useful for keeping his Halbats alive, helping them to tank a lot more. It's also very good for being able to micro his tanks and his Thors. He might even be able to drop in some ghosts somewhere to do some damage with nukes and just generally with their cloak. We do see Combat Shield and Stim coming up now, so maybe Lux is looking to transition back into early game bio when he's low on gas, and we do see a Zealot run by here from Sirius. The collapsible rocks have gone down, which is going to prevent this for a little while. I'd like to see him start attacking those and see if he can get in, but there is going to be some slight bio transition from Lux. We do still see Archons, we still see a lot of Immortals and High Templar for Lux. This High Templar looking forward to get a Storm, but he does get sniped by, there are a lot of Ghosts there. Wow, these EMPs could be absolutely phenomenal. A lot of EMPs on this, all the Immortal Shields go down, all the High Templar's energy goes down, and we do see this pushing forward, these Battlecruisers doing so much damage, completely unanswered. They are going to, along with these Halbats, just take out all these Immortals, so much damage. I hope Mechs are serious and leaves the game. Good game, Lux. Those Widowmine drops were fantastic to watch, and a lovely Battlecruiser switch. So that was a brilliant TVP, seeing some mech played in Heart of the Swarm, which is wonderful to see in this matchup, which Blizzard has really been wanting to make a much more valid strategy. So that is TVP, Heart of the Swarm game. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you like, and keep coming back and watching more Heart of the Swarm games on my channel. I am Asthenic.